Okay. This is going to be something new. We're going to try this out. I find it funny. I've seen lots of reaction videos on YouTube from articles or from other videos or even from Reddit. And I got this idea and I went looking for articles, questions that people pose on Reddit about RVing. If you've ever been on Reddit, you know that sometimes it can devolve very quickly in the comments, so I don't really read the comments on that. But the stories on there can be really good and entertaining. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read off, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they're called Am I the A-hole? Or A-I-T-A. And they're questions that people put out there and says, am I an a-hole? And they tell their story. So we're going to react to those, and by the title we're going to kind of make a snap judgment, and then we'll read the article, and then we'll go from there. Here we go.
And I have no clue. I've never read on this, so this is...
He's never been on Reddit, and he's never heard of
I've been on Reddit, but I've never been on this particular thread, so...
He's never heard of the Am I the A-hole posts. So I thought that was funny because I've heard them and a lot of people do reactions to them. So
I think it's mainly because I'm usually the a-hole.
No, you're not.
Well.
All right. I'll just read the title and then we'll talk about it then, and then I'll read the rest. Okay. Am I the a-hole for not wanting 5 female family members to use my new RV bathroom when they want to rough it camp? Snap judgment on that one. No, you're not the a-hole at all.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I need more information because it's...
Right.
Like,
I mean, there's more information forthcoming. So
are these brand new RVers? I mean, is this... I need more...
5 female family members of this person want to be able to use their bathroom when they're roughing it. That's
well, I mean, in my opinion, when you get 5 females together, nothing's going to go right.
He's so rude. All right, here's the story. So a couple of weeks ago, my nephew group texts my husband and I and asks us to go camping at the end of the month. I was super excited at first, but then he says where they want to go, and I quickly realize that we are being invited because we have a boat, a kayak, paddleboards, and a new expensive RV, and that we're going to be providing the entertainment. Okay, yeah, still on the train of you're not the a-hole at all. That these people are moochers.
Yeah.
So you're not being invited for your company, you're being invited for your stuff.
To me, this sounds like, hey, you have a truck, come help me move.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So.
All right. He says that his whole family is going, so this includes his parents and 5 siblings, 2 of which have spouses, for a total of 9 people in addition to our family. Woo! My husband asks which campground they're planning to stay at, to which my nephew replies we are planning on roughing it. The problem with this is those areas also quickly fill up, meaning in order to get a spot we will have to go up earlier and get a spot, then commute back and forth. After husband agrees, nephew then texts him separately and asks if it would be okay if for 5 female family members to use our bathroom during the trip. This is before they even go. They're already asking, hey, can we use your bathroom? No.
Okay, so not only do they want to mooch off everything that they're bringing, but they have to boondock.
They have to boondock.
So you've got how many people total? 10?
9 outside of the poster's family.
Yeah, there's
people.
No way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for, hanging out and camping with friends and everything.
But bring your own gear and be prepared to pee on a tree.
Yeah, I mean...
if it's 1 or 2 people, yeah, you can use my bathroom. But if it's 9 other people, and you know that it's not going to be limited to those 5 people. No. Other people are going to be coming in and out. You know that's going to happen. Here's where we continue. I'm completely opposed to this, and I think It's very gutsy of nephew to even ask, especially since there is going to be several days we have to work and we'll be leaving the RV up there unlocked for them to use as they please. Nuh-uh.
Hell no. No.
I know that my husband's OCD will take over and he will take out frustration on me. I told him we could purchase a portable toilet and an outdoor privacy tent for them to use. This is something I think they should be buying if they want to rough it. But I'm willing to do this as a solution or not go at all. Husband is super excited about going, but I know this will not end well. So I'm in need of outside opinions. Am I the a-hole for not wanting 5 family members to use my new RV bathroom because they want to rough it?
No. If they want to rough it, let them rough it.
Yeah. Roughing it is, at the very most, using a bathhouse. Or, like I was saying, go pee on a tree. Dig a hole. Put a tarp around it,
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
If you want the whole roughing it experience, that's not glamping.
No.
I understand wanting a bathroom, but
these people were obviously invited for their stuff. No, that's too many people going in and out, and especially if they've got to work and their RV gets left behind. No, because unsupervised, that could just devolve into a bad situation where everybody hates everybody at the end of the weekend.
Well, okay, so let's play this out, right? So you're roughing it, which means you're boondocking. If you're leaving your rig unattended, with these people.
Yeah, but they're actually probably sleeping in tents.
Right.
In this camping area. So
if they have access to amenities, people are going to go in there, So, are you running a generator? Do you have enough water to flush the toilet? 5 people just flushing the toilet?
It's going to fill up that black thing. And these are people that probably don't have RV experience and know that just running the taps in the kitchen and the bathroom can fill up your gray tank so fast. And what if somebody decides, they're not here, I'll just go ahead and take a shower, and doesn't understand that concept? That could end up badly.
There's so many different ways that could go bad.
There's so many types of nope that I would say on this whole thing. So, no, you're not the a-hole, and my God, you're a saint for not yelling in their face. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous because they're trying to use you.
I wholeheartely agree, and I would not happen.
No, and I might think about distancing myself from those people.
Yeah.
And then go on your own RV trips with just your family and post about it a lot on social media. But I'm a petty patty, so, Let's do one more. These are entertaining for me. If they're entertaining for you, let me know in the comments. Oh, I did read this one, and this is funny. Okay. Am I the a-hole for ruining my boyfriend's favorite hiking trail? It depends on what you did. I did read this, and you'll need more information because that's a very vague thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you poop in the trail?
Not poop.
how bad could it be? So
okay.
Let's find out. Tell me more.
My boyfriend is an avid outdoorsman. He grew up camping and hiking often. I, on the other hand, did not. I think we went camping once when I was a little kid and sat in my grandma's RV pouting the entire time. My boyfriend and I have now been dating for 6 months, and as our little anniversary present, my boyfriend wanted to take me to his favorite hiking spot. So we went on a sunrise hike up a mountain that was a little over an hour away from us. The hike was just over 3 miles total and wasn't too difficult for beginners. Before going, my boyfriend gave me the safety rundown and pushed that I drink a ton of water. Do we see where this is going? When we got to the trailhead, I needed to pee slightly. I mentioned to my boyfriend finding the bathroom at the beginning of the trailhead, which I believed to be just around this little hill. He brushed it off, though, and suggested we get going so we don't miss the most beautiful part of the sunrise. So I agreed.
All right, hang on. I'm going to step in right there. Guys, if your woman ever says she has to pee, just let her pee, because...
he knows what's up.
Yeah. All right, continue.
You don't want an emergent situation. Okay.
I see where this is going.
All right. During the first half of the hike, my boyfriend kept pushing for me to drink water to the point where I felt like I was going to throw up. and my bladder was gonna explode. When we got to the best part of the hike, we sat there for a few minutes before I mentioned heading back down, because at this point, I really needed to find a bathroom. My boyfriend insisted we stay for a few more minutes until I finally dragged him up. Listen, I've never peed outside in my entire life, but I must have drank so much water, my bladder just couldn't take it. Before we even made it back down, I knew I was about to pee my pants. I kept mentioning it to my boyfriend, and he kept comforting me, saying it was okay, saying I could make it. No, girl. No.
Hang on a second. I don't understand this. I mean, if he's an avid outdoorsman...
And he's forcing her to drink water, he knows she gotta pee.
I mean, okay, guys, we can...
But this is not why that she ruined it for him. So, just wait.
Oh, there's more.
This is not even it. Okay. Alright, he kept saying, she can make it. Honey, no. Unfortunately, I could not make it. I apologized profusely, but I told him I had to duck behind a big rock a little ways off the trailhead to pee, or I was going to pee my pants. Good for you. Who cares? He was angry, scoffed, and huffed as I asked him to stand watch, but instead he just stood by the trail, angry as ever. What?
Fuming, I'm sure.
Oh. Girl, he's got to have your back. If you want to marry this one, he's going to have your back. He could put his back to you and guard you while you pee. My God. All right. And to make matters worse, an older couple that was cutting through some of the brush walked right by me, but didn't say anything. You know what? They're an older couple. They probably understood. You've been hiking for a while. You got to pee.
You know, if you got to go, you got to go. I mean, we made that wrong turn in Arizona one time and ended up...
We all had to pee outside. Who cares?
Every one of us.
So I've peed outside.
And this is what I don't understand. If he's an avid outdoorsman,
he ain't never peed outside on a rock?
Yeah, this makes no sense.
No,
he's
a
misogynist.
He's an a-hole. Sorry.
Jerk.
So, yeah. My boyfriend is understandably furious with me. No. He has no reason to be furious with you. It's a bodily function. You are not in the wrong. Okay. So yeah, my boyfriend is understandably furious with me, not only for exposing myself on our hike, but also for rushing our beautiful view. You had to pee. You could have left him there. This is his favorite hiking spot, and I ruined it. I feel terrible, but I also feel like that it was something that I couldn't control. Am I the a-hole? Oh, she did put an edit in here that I didn't see. I will be breaking up with him. Good.
Yeah.
Good on you.
You're definitely not
the a-hole.
Yeah,
it's not you, girl. It is him. And he is... if he's an outdoorsman, like you were saying, if he's an outdoorsman, he never peed on a rock or peed on a tree? Or dug a hole and pooped? I mean, come on.
No.
If he hikes that much, I guess it's a guy thing, and girls shouldn't do that. Whatever. We gotta go too. It's bodily functions. And if you have to pee, I'm sure you'd rather expose your hiney to somebody than pee your pants.
So you tell me that this guy has never peed on a tree or just peed out in public?
No, he's probably very misogynistic in that way. That makes me mad for you. I hope you did break up with him, or he apologized profusely if you did stay with him. Ooh.
I mean,
no.
Kudos to you for going on the hike, for trying something for him,
Yeah, for a newbie to the outdoor thing, and you want to experience it for him. That's something nice. You were doing something for him that he enjoys and trying to understand it, and all he could do was complain? Not cool, man.
No, not cool at all. That's ridiculous.
No, he's an asshole. You're not, and I just said it again. Whoops.
You should go through the comments and find the best comment that's not...
that's not dirty.
The best comment, and then just put that on the screen.
Well, sometimes right after one of these posts, the moderator will put up a comment and say, okay, don't do this or that. So apparently there was some other things said, and they had to put something out. Calling the original poster's boyfriend a man-child or a bee, anything else will get you banned.
Oh, it's just like on Facebook when they just turn off comments, you know?
Yeah, it just says be civil. So apparently they were calling him a lot of names and a man-child, and yeah. All right, here's one last one. This is a shorter read, so. Am I the a-hole? I want to loan my sister and her family our RV, and my husband doesn't.
Ooh.
I don't know, honey. It's loaning. I don't think, okay, just from that snippet, I don't think you're the a-hole, but it's not a good idea to loan family members or anybody, friends, to loan the RV, especially if they've never had an RV or they're not very experienced with an RV. Well, it's a very...
There's so many factors that go into this. I mean, what kind of relationship do you have with that person?
Well, this is her sister.
What kind of person are they? Do they,
are they
take care of things?
Yeah. So let's read further and find out the juice. All right. My husband and I are fairly well off. We own a small travel trailer that we use often. We both work and we split the bills. My sister and her husband are very normal, very decent people with 3 teenage boys. Okay. Teenage boys are rough.
Red flag number 1.
I'm not saying the teenage boys are bad boys. I'm not saying that they are, pigs or anything like that. But teenage boys are stinky, smelly, and they're rough on everything. They don't mean to be. They just are. They're boys. So, all right. They are not well off. My sister recently asked me if they could borrow the RV for their first vacation in 10 years. So that tells me right there they don't RV. They probably don't even understand how the systems work. Okay.
Right, but I mean, it pulls at your heartstrings. We've had times where we weren't able to take a vacation every year.
Yeah.
10 years, that's a lot. I mean, so I feel for this family.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of torn. So let's.
We need to find a cabin in a campground and use the amenities that way. All right. I think it's a good idea, and I'm happy to help her family go on vacation. My husband doesn't want to risk anyone harming our property. We are fighting over it. I have to admit, I did not expect him to take this position, and I did assume he'd agree with me. Am I the a-hole for wanting to share? Okay, you're not the a-hole for wanting to share it. That's a sweet thing you're wanting to do for your sister and her family. That's really nice wanting to share your stuff. But I totally get where your husband's coming from, because people that are not experienced with RVs can really make mistakes. Being newbies when we were, would I want somebody like us as newbies taking our RV now? No. You learn on your own stuff. If you happen to be there, like if everybody went together and maybe the kids stayed in tents or something like that, that might be different. If you're there to supervise or to show them how to work things and things like that, maybe.
Yeah, and I think this is like a yin-yang situation where it's like, okay, you want to be supportive of your sister and her family and you want to help them out, but... And
saying no is kind of like, I don't want to hurt her feelings.
But the RV is an asset, it's a depreciating asset. It's constantly losing value.
And you get 3 teenage boys in there without your supervision, things are going to break. You cannot jump hard. You cannot slam doors. You can't run into anything because you'll run through it.
Maybe they can't light the oven and they're just chambering propane.
Oh, that could be a disaster in and of itself. I mean, the first step in something like this, first off, you're not an a-hole. You're just
torn. You're
torn and you're wanting to help out. Your husband's not an a-hole. I get where he's coming from. It's y'all's property. It's not theirs.
Well, and we have no idea what kind of RV. And this could be $100,000
Yeah,
nice
they
RV.
said they're well off, so they probably have a nice travel trailer,
Well, and I had that. I told you the story. I dropped off one person at a RV repair shop, and his brother had borrowed their RV and damaged it. But they had actually set the RV up through a rental, so his brother did the rental through somebody.
Like Outdoorsy or something.
So they had the insurance.
Oh,
so
good idea.
when that happened, the insurance covered it because it was several $1,000s because it was a Class A, and I think they had to do paint and body work. So
oh my gosh!
It was like
what the heck did they do?
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
I think he clipped a corner in a gas station. You know, which if you don't know the tail swing or whatnot, you know, or how big things are.
Yeah.
So that's
or how wide you have to turn. You know?
Or even going under a bridge. If you don't know how tall your rig
the
is,
height thing. Yeah, that can. You
there's
can lose an air conditioner
There's a
real
lot
quick.
of different factors.
Yeah.
So I mean, if there's a way where you can set it up where you know for sure your insurance is going to cover you, that's a different story.
Yeah, maybe let them borrow it, but maybe let them borrow it through a rental company or something.
But then that, I said they're not well off, so that's they may not be able to afford the rental fee.
Yeah.
So it's a
catch-22. It really is. I think in this situation, for anybody going through this, really, if you have a friend or relative that asks to borrow your RV and you're very apprehensive about it, don't say no immediately, but say you do have reservations about it. You're very concerned about it because they don't have an RV. They've never been RVing, and it has nothing to do with them or their status or cleanliness or anything like that. It has everything to do with you needing to be knowledgeable in things having to do with propane and electric and water and your water usage, like we were saying about the other one. If they've never been in an RV, you have to know how to conserve your water, or you have to be willing to dump your tanks like all the time and have that set up, properly.
I think there's a lot of missing information too. It's like, what are the parameters? Are they driving long distances? Are they staying?
It doesn't say how long they're driving.
Are they staying in campgrounds? Are they trying to boondock?
My guess would they be staying in a campground or something. So
maybe the best thing would be to say, okay, well, let's try this first. Let's go spend the night somewhere close by. I'll bring the RV. You're gonna set everything up. Yeah, and that might be something that's a deal breaker. They may not know how in depth it is when you camp, of all the different systems that you're gonna have to take care of. And touch.
Yeah, I was about to say, they may not want to touch the poop holes and do with the tanks that stink.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't want to have a Robin Williams situation.
Oh, God. Turn it on! And you don't want your RV coming back, even if everything else is pristine, you don't want your RV coming back home with a poop pyramid.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you want.
So, no, you're not an a-hole. No, your husband's not an a-hole. It's just a complicated situation, you know.
Yeah, it's one of those things that can actually be really detrimental to familial relationships or friendships. Say, I have reservations because there's a lot to do. Let me tell you about it.
And looking to make sure that if there's a way to make sure that your RV is insured properly, so that if something does go wrong, that you're covered, that might give your husband the peace of mind that he needs.
Yeah.
What did you think? Did you like our reactions to the Reddit stories?
Do you like Reddit stories, or am I the a-hole stories? I always find them funny. I try to find ones that will spark conversation, and I think these did. So I will be scouring again, and maybe we'll throw out these ever so often just to have some weird RV content out there, because
And do you have an a-hole story?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Have you ever been the a-hole, or had somebody else be the a-hole to you when it comes to your RVing stuff?
Yeah, have you had a friend or family member want to borrow your RV, and how did you handle that?
Yeah, that can be a dicey situation,
yep.
Especially with a very close family member or friend. So. All right, well, that's it for today, and